Or setting my intention, if I could reiterate, my intention in having the Insignis class is to provide a bit more discipleship. I find discipleship being more than I know more scriptures. We can do that. But there's some things just in ministry that I learned. Some things, experience isn't the best teacher, but it's the one you remember the most. And I have a whole bunch of those that would have been very helpful to me just in life, knowing how to deal with people. I've dealt with very difficult situations over the last 51 or 2 years that are horrible in people's lives. And I went into them blind. I didn't know how to respond. And you don't know what you don't know. The great prophet Barry Switzer said that. Anyway, there's a lot of things I want to teach you through these things that will help you. Some of them are simple. You might say, oh, I know that, but shame on you if you even think that. Because I don't care how deep you get in things. There's times when you have to go back and sharpen your axe. There's times when you have to go back and redo the basics just to know that you're right. And so today, what I want to do is I want to focus today on communication, because this is something that will literally make you, or it will set you back sometimes in ways that you cannot recover. There's been some times when I've had wonderful opportunities in front of me, but because my communication skills were bad, I aborted the opportunity. I didn't know how to prepare for it. I never had anyone teach me. And so I want to talk to you about that. Sometimes we have difficulties making small talk. Have you ever gotten in a place where you're making small talk and you made small talk for about 3 seconds and suddenly you realize, I got nothing. I'm done. You know, and that's a skill that's said. There are certain things, because you communicate in every way. The Bible talks about worship. You know, you worship God with your hands, you clap with your feet, you dance with your voice. Your whole body becomes an instrument. Well, that's the same way in your life, and that's that way with your mate, with your family, with your boss, with your employees. I've seen so many times when people destroyed their employees, they destroyed their business because they abused them verbally. Or otherwise, or they ignored them. They felt unwanted. They felt, you know, in all of this. And because I'm just telling you something, what I want to talk to you today about is your language. And your language is not just the words that come out of your mouth, but it's the expression of your face. It's your body posture. It's everything about you, the type of words that you say. And I'll be honest with you. I love language. Now I'm just a South Side kid from Oklahoma City, so I've abused it more than you have any concept, but I love language. I love proper language. I love language. My times in London, of course some of them you can't even understand what they're saying, but the proper use of language, the way you say it, the enunciation that you have, the emphasis that you put, the words, the putting words together. God, it's beautiful. Communication and language is such an amazing thing, to the point when you look at the Tower of Babel, the Bible said that at the Tower of Babel, God said concerning them, they're of one language. They're of one language. And he said this, nothing will be restrained to them that they've imagined to do. So we, in our advancement, we have blockage, not necessarily of abilities, but of imagination and communication. Because if you can take care of those things, you can fix any problem, you can open any door, even spiritual doors you can open. There are spiritual doors that people have learned how to open through language. Some good, some bad. But the fact is, language is power. Language is power. Nothing will be restrained from you if you understand imagination, how it works, and the language in which to articulate and bring that out. And I think that's so important. Most of the time we're very lazy with our language. Y'all just talk slow. Y'all would just love y'all come back just as you can. You know, you're thinking, just shut up. Just, I mean, it's cute.
I was like, wow.
Did you understand that?
That's the national word of Texas.
I can even put a little bit of body language in that, you know? I mean, people, the language is just, it's lazy. It's lazy. There's some of the, we're going to show you a video in here in a little bit of some people from Scotland. And now they're speaking English, sort of. But it's so lazy and run together. And it's just mutter. And you're looking at their mouth and you're thinking, I know you're saying something that but I can't understand you. And we do that. We get lazy with the most powerful tool that we have. That's good. If you can hear my heart here, nothing that you will possess is more important than language. And look at it this way. The Tower of Babel, what did God do? When God stopped their progress, he stopped their language. He shattered it like somebody took a hammer to a piece of glass. Man could not handle that. They couldn't handle that kind of power. They were going to do things that were just simply going to completely abort everything that God had in mind. But the moment man was able to receive it, God restored it on the day of Pentecost.
Amen. That's good.
The Bible says, 1 Corinthians 14, when a man speaks in an unknown tongue, he's not speaking to men, but he's speaking to God. And he's speaking divine secrets, mysteries that are hidden in God. And as a result, it's edification, exhortation, comfort. Speaking in tongues gives you the ability to even talk beyond what you even understand. Your understanding is unfruitful, but your spirit's edified. So language is important. And if the enemy could stop you, he would do it starting usually with language. You become harsh with one another, divisive with one another. You can take and shred somebody to pieces with your words. You can hurt someone. You can literally take someone that has come to the end of their life and their life is nothing but dust. And with your words, you can scrape them up and put them back together and make something beautiful out of them. The choice is yours. And you almost need to, if I could just encourage you, guys, become an artist with your words. It's that important. Learn words, learn sentences, learn quotations. Now you don't have to try to smart off to anybody, but just expand the way you carry yourself, the way you communicate, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sometimes I have stuck so much junk in this head, you just cannot believe it. Sometimes I just feel like I could throw up. You study until you feel like, I'm going to blow up. But sometimes something will come out of me